Wait, but how can an issue like sexual harassment be complicated? It isn't! Don't sexually harass! Oh wait. But it is! Oh my god! Because what is sexual harassment? As you know, in an upcoming video, we're going to be discussing with women because they deal with it. But first, let's try to make sense of this very complicated, disorganized video the same way we're going to try to make sense of the issue by looking at statistics. So in this part of the video series, we're going to look at statistics. Statistics. Because statistics can help us understand the issue a little bit better. Whoa, is that true?
And we've been seeing most of these problems with older men. Harvey Weinstein, Bill O'Reilly, that other fucker from Fox, Louis C.K. They have been talking to younger women, like 40 victims ranging between the ages of 20 and 40. I was looking at a UK government website. Let's take a man wolf whistling at a woman.
Oh, mama!
Between the ages of 18 and 24, those who are polled were largely in agreement, 65%, that is sexual harassment. As you move closer to 55 and over, women only considered sexual harassment at 15%, whereas men only considered it sexual harassment as, this is going to surprise you, 35%. So there's a huge generational difference for a man wolf whistling at a woman. For women, when you compare the age groups 18 to 24 and then 55 and over, you see a difference of 50 percentage points. That means that when Harvey Weinstein was growing up and when he talks to his friends, his female friends, there are certain expectations that he learns about how to behave and how to interact. And then he applies those to a whole nother demographic, younger women. Well, it makes it complicated finding where the evil is. Personally, I would argue that the evil is with the whole system that has made this permissive for older people of both genders, because it actually can be destructive. Anyway, so you go to this source and you'll see that there are a whole bunch of graphs. For instance, a man winking at a woman, a man commenting on a woman's attractiveness directly to her, a man asking a woman out for a drink. Younger people find it less appropriate, far less appropriate than older people. There are similar statistics for putting your hand on someone's lower back. If you look at the age range 18 to 24, you see that 53% of women consider that inappropriate and uncomfortable, whereas it's 25% when you look at 55 and over. For winking at you, between the ages of 18 and 24, when a man winks at them, 12% feel it is acceptable and feel flattered, whereas 24% of women over the age of 55 feel that it is acceptable and feel flattered. There's also the question of Lisa Bloom. She's a feminist lawyer who advised women who had been harassed by Bill O'Reilly about how to pursue charges. However, she has been sympathetic to Harvey Weinstein. All I'm saying is that it's complicated. All right, time for me to get to you guys. Those who think that bitches be lying, bitches be exaggerating, maybe just lying. I want you to hear what I have to say, but fuck off. This is real. Harassment is also a natural damn thing. It doesn't make it okay. We have a tendency to, when we see a beautiful woman, to want to find out what to do next in order to couple with her, whether that be emotionally or sexually. It was a lot easier in the 18th and 19th century when you live in a nice farm village, and then also tracing all the way back to our ancestors living in tribes. Naturally, let's say there's 100 guys, 100 women in the right age range. We got to start picking partners. And I'm not going to cross any lines. I'm not going to bother the person too much. First of all, if I bother a woman, she will be comfortable telling me, because we all live in the same tribe, in the same rural community as we move forward in history. But in a city, well, now there's no shame. And I'm also not aware of how many other people are doing this to her on a daily basis. It's natural, but you have to realize that because of the different environment, it's far more, to put it mildly, an inconvenient, and to put it frankly, destructive. So I need you to be a man, be a human, and realize that the world is bigger than our natural instincts. And so we need to curb those instincts so that we, as big fish, as I said earlier, I'm a big fish, don't fuck Ripple's metaphor, thank you. But essentially what I was reading, according to the interviewer in this article, after World War I, there was a shift in how street harassment was perceived. For a few decades leading up to the war, Street harassment was largely seen as inappropriate, and women who fought back were applauded. As we move forward in time, there's a shift to where women were seen as being flirtatious or asking for attention just because they weren't accompanied by a man. The interviewee, whose name is Estelle Friedman, explains that as we moved more and more into the cities, men felt no shame in just hollering at every woman that walks by. For instance, I have a coworker who in July, when she went on break from my job, which is a shoe store, she would leave wearing her coat. She comes back, another female coworker of mine asks her, "Aren't you hot?" She says, "If I don't wear this, 3 guys are gonna try to stop me on the way to the grocery store." I didn't really appreciate how much of a problem it was until my coworker made that comment last summer. 75% of people, both genders, say that it is a problem in the workplace, sexual harassment, which is in a 17% increase since 2011. In conclusion, it's complicated. Both camps need to be open to information, particularly the right, and the complexity of the context. The fact that people are products of the patriarchy, and that the patriarchy is the real problem here. Not an individual man, but men and the systems that men have created. I'm looking for my soulmate. I am tempted to, if I see a beautiful woman, I'm so tempted to stop her. I'm man enough to say, let her be. She has met hundreds of guys. Extremely unlikely that you are the one for her and that she is the one for you. Leave her be, even if it means missing out on a great love, because we need a world where women feel comfortable walking the streets and leading their lives and are not made to be small. Subscribe. Please watch my follow-up video. I realized that I had some of the wrong ideas, specifically related to whom we blame and whether we exclusively blame the system and why. Just watch.